Hello guys, it's T-Rex here, and welcome to episode 2 of League of Legends Slow-Mo Teamfights. Today I have another teamfight for you guys, and it's a mid-game teamfight around the Dragon Pit area. So let's first look at the pre-fight conditions on both teams. So red team does have a kill and gold advantage, about 1,000 gold, so that's going to be good for them. While blue team does have a teamfight advantage due to them having Nami, Sion, Orianna, and Lee Sin's ultis. They're all game-changing ultis, potentially. While red team only has Malphite's ult and Pantheon's ult being potentially most beneficial to their teamfights. So also we can look at the kills on blue team is relatively not concentrated on any one of the champions, but rather spread out, while blue team's is mostly concentrated on Pantheon. So right now, before the fight, the two mid laners are kind of out there, while the other 8 members of the 8 champions are all around the Dragon Pit. And while red team is starting on the dragon, Lee Sin, the blue team jungler, is in position for a potential dragon steal. So this is going to be a pretty prolonged team fight. It lasts about 1 minute, so I will let you guys watch that first, and I will shut up when we do that, and then I will come back to the 21-minute mark and start analyzing in slow motion. So let's do that. Alright, so that was the end of this prolonged team fight. So technically it resulted in an ace for the red team, with 2 members of their team alive. It was not an ace because Lee Sin respawned right at the time when Ori died. But it technically is. So that fight. So let's go back to the beginning of that fight and start analyzing it in detail. So let's head a little bit forward here. Alright, so let's stop here and start playing it in slow motion. So here we can see Sion's lurking over here to see a potential ulti opportunity, while Lee Sin is waiting here for a potential dragon steal. Ahri went over there and tried to catch Ori, but Ori decided to use this route instead of coming through the bushes. So a lot of stuff is happening right now, so let's pause it. So Ahri just tried an assassination attempt onto Graves, but didn't happen. Nami initiated Tidal Wave onto the relatively grouped up red team, and that I potentially see that hitting at least 3 enemies. And Lee Sin lands his first Q, while the dragon still has 1,050 HP left. Let's watch how this plays out. Alright, so blue team's Lee Sin was able to use the combined power of his second Q and Smite to steal the dragon for his team, while Nami's Tidal Wave is about to hit the majority of members on the red team. While Ahri, I have no idea why she's still heading out, but let's watch what happens next. So we can see here, the same time as Jinx and Malphite gets hit by Nami's ult, Sion starts his ult from the back, and that is potentially going to hit this bunch of red team players grouped up right here. Ahri, I have no idea, she's still heading outside over there. Ori's rushing over here, Graves is rushing over here. Alright, so this is actually a pretty crucial moment. So as you can see, if Pantheon and Alistar did not walk into Sion's direction, Sion's ult would have hit Jinx, and basically ended their carry's life. But thankfully, Pantheon and Alistar was able to move back and block this ult for Jinx. So the back line was secure for red team, so it wasn't that bad. And Ahri's starting to head back, while Graves and Orianna is moving into position. Alright, so Pantheon flashes away. Graves drops his smoke bomb, which is not going to hit anybody, I think, from that projectile that I'm seeing. And you can hear that Jinx is starting to initiate her ulti. But that's not going to be that effective, since her ulti is effective against low health opponents, while Sion is almost full health. You can see here, Graves gets exhausted by Alistar, but he's still trying to DPS him down. But he's going to be very, very tanky. Sion lands a very, very good Q and knocks up three enemy players, while Lee Sin and Nami is coming from the side. Ahri and Orianna and Ahri is kind of doing a dance over here on their own. They're not going over here, just trying to zone each other out from the fight. Lee Sin lands his Q on Jinx, dashes to her. Jinx flashes to avoid the potential continuous damage. Malphite just ultied Graves and stopped him from DPSing down Alistar, while Alistar went on to Nami. So you can see Orianna and Ahri still doing their own fight over there. But it actually works out better for Ahri, I think, because Orianna's ulti is much more useful, while Ahri is not that great as Orianna in teamfights. So Lee Sin gets very, very low here. And again, Graves gets chain CC and knocked up by Alistar and Malphite. So he's probably not going to live here. While Sion is going for the backline. The fight over here is also getting pretty intense. Okay, so you can see Pantheon throwing that spear to end Lee Sin's life over there. Ahri heading away from Orianna, and Graves is potentially going to die here. And Jinx, however, getting that assist was very crucial and helped her get away from this Sion that's chasing her, although she's been slowed. And also Pantheon helps her by stunning Sion. Graves gets finished off. So right now we can split this battle into two parts basically. So one part is going to be the two mid laners over here on their own fight, now finally coming into the fight, while in this main battle I think Root Red Team has already won with no casualties just yet. But they're all Alistar and Pantheon is relatively low, while Sion is at full health. But Nami, I think the red team's potential target is Nami, because she is going to be very squishy now. Alright, so here we can see Orianna lands a good QW onto Ahri, and I think one auto attack finishes off. So Ahri's dead now, and the red team is chasing Nami. Jinx is coming back into the battlefield, while Sion is just trying to deal with all the enemies. Nami is killed. Sion misses his potentially kill move onto Jinx and gets stunned by her grenades. Gets chain CC'd, locked down. Ahri finally comes into the fight, but realizes it's too late, and she's trying to back off over here. She sends her ball back, QWs, and Malphite is left with very low health here. and Sion's passive allows him to stay alive for a little bit longer. And Malphite did not notice that and gets accidentally killed by Sion. Ori spots an opportunity here. Flash, QW, finishes off Alistar. So now it's Orianna left, and Orianna left on the blue team, and Pantheon, Jinx left on the red team. Orianna is missing mana and gets finished off by Pantheon, and that's going to be the end of the fight, resulting in, although Dragon Steel by the blue team, it was an ace for red team, and that increased their gold lead from about 1k to 2k now, so it was overall in favor of red team. I think the most important thing was to note in this team fight was that Sion's ult was blocked by Pantheon and Alistar, so that effectively protected Jinx from their backlines. Ahri managed, although died to Orianna on a 1v1 duel, managed to keep Orianna out of the fight for most of the time, and that basically prevented blue team from getting some effective ultis off. And Lee Sin, although the Dragon Steel was very effective, he was focused down very quickly and did not have time to do that much damage. So those are the factors that helped red team win their fight, and I will see you guys in the next episode.